We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I drink? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. Auntie Sue, Mommy Sue, Grandma Sue, Great Grandma Sue in the parish of St. Catherine. Today is your birthday. Your entire family, they are asking us to wish you a happy birthday today. Grandma Sue, I know that since January 6, you have not been the same. That's the day that animal killed your granddaughter, Chantal Blake McCullough. And it's worse because you're unable to communicate with any of her 4 children. Grandma Sue, one day, it's hard, but let's hope that today you're going to be having a wonderful birthday and may you live to see a whole heap more. Also, OJ and Daniel from Bamboo Spring in Trelawney. Your father and Uncle O'Neill Johnson. He's asking us to wish you a happy birthday today. Let's hope that both of you are going to be having a wonderful birthday and may you live to see a whole heap more. In the news today, the Sentence Bay police, they have arrested and charged Garfield Bryce. He's a 40-year-old bailiff living at St. John's Road in the Spanish Town area of St. Catherine. He was charged for fraudulent conversion. The allegations are that Garfield, he was employed to torpedo loans and he was based in Sentence Bay. It is said that on Thursday afternoon, April 11, Garfield, he was at the office when a supervisor gave him money amounting to 321,000 Jamaican dollars to be deposited into the company's National Commercial Bank account. It was later found out that the money was not deposited into the company's account as instructed. As a result, a report was made to the police who commenced investigations. Garfield, he was picked up by the police and when questioned, he admitted to the police that yes, he was given the money to lodge, but he did not lodge it. He, however, did not give an account of what he did with the money. He was subsequently charged and he'll be facing the courts shortly. And talking about money being given to lodge, some business places, especially some of them being operated by Chinese nationals, they are putting their staff at risk by giving them money to lodge at the bank. I was told recently by one female employee that when she spoke to her boss about the risk it posed to her life, her boss asked her, "Why you think me employ you?" And you know what the worst thing is? Some of the times when these employees are robbed, it's stink on the road that them set it up. All because their employers don't want to pay the courier fee. Last week, Monday morning, at minutes after 8 o'clock, the Chinese operators of the Rexo supermarket in Ocho Rios in the parish of St. Ann, they gave a female cashier employed to the supermarket over $1.5 million in cash and check to go and lodge at the NCB in Ocho Rios. She left the supermarket with the cash and check in her knapsack. On reaching in front of a restaurant on Main Street, a white Toyota motorcar drove up beside the female and stopped. A hoodlum jumped out of the car, pulled a gun and pointed it at the female and demanded that she hand over the knapsack. The female, she complied, and the hoodlum, he then jumped back into the car and made good his escape. Employers, you're putting your employees' life at risk. Uno need for tappy. In this next incident, we are learning that last week, Tuesday afternoon, a 15-year-old female, she was on her way from school. She was walking along Barnett Street in Montego Bay to go and get a taxi. We are told that a white Toyota Voxy stopped at her feet. The driver told her that he was going to Anchovy. The female who was going in that direction, she entered the vehicle. We are told that when she entered the vehicle, the driver, he wound up the windows on the vehicle and turned on the air condition. He then told the female that he was going to pick up more passengers along the route. The driver, he drove the Voxy to the Unity Hall community and parked the vehicle along the roadside. He then demanded sex from the schoolgirl, but she refused. The schoolgirl, she then opened the door and came out of the vehicle. The driver, he came out of the vehicle also, held her and pulled her to the back passenger seat, then locked the door. He then started to pull off the schoolgirl's uniform, but the schoolgirl, she decided that she nah give up so easy. She fight back and she managed to overpower the driver and ran out of the vehicle. Two men were on the road and the female, she ran towards them and made an alarm. The rapeable driver, he then drove away. But guess what? Yeah man, guess what? This young girl, she was able to use her phone to take a photograph of the license plate. The female, she then made a report to the police and gave them the license plate number. On Monday, April 22, a team of police officers, they were on a spot check in the parish of Hanover when the white Toyota Voxy, being driven by a guy who fit the description that the female gave, was seen driving it. He was taken into police custody. Now, I can't give you his name as yet because I am told that he'll be placed on an identification parade. If and when he's charged, I will tell you who he is. But you young girl, job well done. In this next incident, last night, Tuesday, April 23, a man who is popularly known as Balla, he's in his mid-30s and he's a landscaper. He's living at Upper Rock Spring in the Green Island Police area in the parish of Hanover. We are told that last night, Balla, he was at his home when he asked one of his friends known as Lennox to go and buy something for him at a shop. Balla, he then went to take a shower on the outside in his yard. While he was taking the shower, two hoodlums entered the yard and approached him. One of them was armed with a rifle and the others were armed with handguns. The hoodlums, they then ordered Balla to get on the ground. Balla, he didn't comply. He managed to push one of the hoodlums, then ran between them. The hoodlums, they then opened gunfire at him, but Balla, he managed to escape in bushes. Luckily, he was not shot. About 5 minutes later, Lennox, who was sent to shop and did not know what just took place, he was coming back to the house on his bike when the same set of hoodlums opened gunfire at him. Lennox, he managed to ride away without being injured. The police, they were informed, and when they processed this crime scene, 15 9mm spent shells and 1 M16 spent shell were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. In this next story, the St. James police, they do not suspect any foul play in this one, but they are awaiting the results of a post-mortem examination. We are learning that a female, her name is Taneika Lawrence, but she was popularly known as Koyah. Next month, on May 12, she will be celebrating her 36th birthday. She was employed as a sales rep and she lived at Nassau Drive in the Cornwall Courts area of St. James. We are learning that last week. Koyah, she complained to someone very close to her that she was experiencing shortness of breath whenever she bent over. She also said that sometimes she felt her heart racing. We are also told that she suffered from low blood pressure. On Monday night, April 22, about some minutes to 10 o'clock, Koyah, she spoke to a relative. Minutes later, the relative tried calling her back, but the phone rang without an answer. The relative, she became concerned. As a result, about 11:30 Monday night, that relative and other family members, they went to her home. When they reached there, the veranda grill was locked and the key was on the floor. Koyah's infant child was also seen on the floor. The relatives, they picked up the keys, opened the grill and went into the house. They checked in her room, but she was not seen. They went downstairs to the garage and there was the lifeless body of Taneika. She was seen lying on her back with blood coming from her mouth and mucus coming from her nostrils. She was seen lying next to her white Toyota Axio motor car. The police, they were called, and when they arrived on the scene and inspected Taneika, no marks of violence was seen on her. She appeared to have died moments before she was found. Like I said, a post-mortem examination will be done to ascertain the cause of death. Sad indeed. And still in St. James, a 3-year-old boy, he was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital yesterday afternoon in a serious condition. His name is Kevaughn Phillips and he's living at Peaceview in the Albion area of St. James. Our information is that Kevaughn and other family members, they live in a 2-story house in the area. Kevaughn, he was asleep on the upper floor yesterday afternoon. Tuesday, April 23, about minutes after 3 o'clock, when his grandmother, who was downstairs, she heard a strange crashing sound. When she made checks, she saw her grandson lying on the ground outside. Kevaughn, he somehow fell through a window about 30 feet from the ground. Like I said, he was rushed to hospital where he was admitted in a serious condition. Up to the time of recording this video, I hadn't gotten any update on his status, but let's hope that Kevaughn, he pulled through. Sad indeed. Over in Senton, more sad news. About 8 o'clock Monday night, a 64-year-old man living at Barnstable District in the Wattown area of Senton, he was at home when he realized that his 7-year-old grandson was missing. That grandson's name is Aquan Currie. We are told that the grandfather, he raised an alarm and members of the community, they assisted him in searching for Aquan, but he was not found. Early yesterday morning, Tuesday, April 23, they started searching again. About 7 o'clock, the lifeless body of Aquan was seen in a tank which is located in the back of the yard where he lived. As a result, the police were called in. We are told that the police, they sought the assistance of fire personnel at the Brownstown fire station and they assisted in pumping the water from the tank. Aquan, he was taken out and from all indication, he drowned the previous night. A post-mortem examination will be done. Sad indeed. So, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you will be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, on Monday, March 18, last month, I carried a story. It was about an incident that took place the previous afternoon. Sunday, March 17, about 3:30. It took place at Valley Heights in the Flower Hill area of St. James. That female on your screen, her name is Nastasia Smith, but she was popularly known as Tash. Next month, on May 7, Tash should be celebrating her 37th birthday. She's originally from the parish of St. Mary. She was employed to Hawkeye Security Services as a security officer. Tash is the mother of 3 children. And that afternoon, Tash, a 26-year-old female, and other family members, they were in the house in the Valley Heights area when 2 hoodlums, both armed with guns, they entered the yard. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire at the persons in the house through a bedroom window, hitting Tash and the 26-year-old female. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape on foot in bushes. Tash, she received gunshot wounds to the left side of her neck and her chest, and she ended up dying on the spot. The other female, she received a gunshot wound to her back. The police, they were called in and they rushed with the other female to a nearby hospital where she was admitted in a serious condition. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 3 9mm spent shells and 2.45 spent shells were recovered from the scene. So, what we are learning since then is that this shooting was an act of reprisal. Follow me now. Listen me carefully. It is said that Tash's boyfriend's name is being called on murders being committed in and around the area. On the afternoon of Sunday, September 3 last year, about minutes to 2 o'clock, one of Tash's boyfriend's brother, his name is Brenton Richards, but he was popularly known as Brenty. He was 31 years old at the time and he lived at Hardslane in the Salt Spring area. Brenty, he was in the Palmer's Lawn Flower Hill area of St. James when he was attacked by hoodlums who were armed with guns. They opened gunfire at Brenty, hitting him all over his body, killing him on the spot. Now, after Brenty was killed, that guy on your screen, his name was being called as one of the hoodlums who was responsible for Brenty's killing. His name is Odaine Smith. I've carried a few stories about Odaine on this channel. He was facing murder charges in the parish of Westmoreland. On the afternoon of Thursday, October 26, Odaine and his girlfriend, who is on your screen, her name is Imani Jarret. They were traveling in a taxi when, on reaching in the vicinity of the Salt Spring Primary and Infant School, they were both shot and killed by hoodlums. Nastasia Smith, also known as Tash, her boyfriend's name was called on that double murder. Are you following me? So, Tash killing is seen as an act of reprisal. Well, investigators, they have made a breakthrough into the killing of Tash. They have now charged that guy on your screen for her murder. His name is Lavaughn Jahiem Cooke, but he's popularly known as Jaja or Jammy. He is 21 years old and he's living at Flower Hill in the parish of St. James. We are told that Jaja's photo was released by the police and on Monday, April 22, he surrendered to the police with his lawyer. He was charged for murder, wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony. So, Jaja, he'll be going to the courts shortly. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when we turn. Country and town, man a pay blood